Sorry. All right, so first thing out of the bag, just because it's 2024, we're gonna try the old urethane real quick. So I did throw some shots before. This ball did have a shoot load of surface on it, but we're gonna go just a little bit straighter, kind of get used to that urethane. So like I said, we did throw some shots. It's 43 feet out here. Krypton, I think it's called. It is one of the Kegel patterns. But the urethane ball did pick up and go absolutely dead sideways. So now we're going to just keep throwing that. The reason that I'm going to take one, if not two of these, is Mr. Darren Tang won the first year of this. And he played straighter. There's a lot of friction at HP. So we're going to just kind of go as straight as possible. That's my game plan to start with the urethane and then kind of just chase them in. All right. Well, here necessarily that may not work just because of all the friction that is here at the bowling center, my home center. So we're going to get into the reactive balls. We're going to start it off with the big Mama Jamma, Harsh Reality. My Harsh Reality is pinned down underneath my my middle finger. I did use this at the World Series on the Jada pad and you get that nice controllable motion. When I bowl in the fresh, this controllable motion is definitely what I like to see. It's kind of what it did at the World Series. It struck a bunch. So it's a very forward ball for me. The pin down, strong cover, strong core. Just really wants to blend out the lane. So this is probably going to be my option right after the urethane, or maybe even before the urethane. Just because it is a smooth reaction, but it'll blend out the lanes very well. That one was a little bit more rolly. Still did the right thing and split the 8-9 once again, so that's a good sign. But now we're going to get into, I wouldn't say this ball is quicker, but it is definitely, I need to find a thumb, but it's definitely on that same category of how strong it is. We're going to go with the Gem. Gem, put over my ring finger. It's a pretty strong ball. Another ball I threw on Cheetah to blend out the lane. I'm probably, depending on how these roll, probably only going to take one or the other, meaning the Harsh Rowdy or the Gem. So the Gem with the little quicker layout. I think the Gem is overall stronger, in my opinion. So I think with that, moved a couple left, and it definitely went through the pins. It was a little suspect going through the pins. So we're going to go ahead and throw another shot. And then we're going to kind of progress my game plan on what I feel like I'm going to see on the lanes and how to prepare for it. Oh, that's awful. Oh. It's a good sign, because that was dead right off my hand. That's kind of one of those fake things, though. If I'm going to be honest, it's one of those fake things where you kind of miss right, and it gives you that controllable reaction, and you're like, oh, okay, I got room to the right. If I throw it there again, it may not hook. So let's go. Now we're going to go to a little bit controllable one, which we have a 3-inch pin Tour Dynamic. So the mass bias is in my thumb. It's 3 inches away from my pap. This is a weaker ASIM that does not flare a whole heck of a lot. So stay in the same spot we were just with my Harsh Rowdy and my Gem. Definitely wanted to come off it a little bit more. I definitely feel like with the Harsh Rowdy, with that Tour Dynamics, I probably could have went a little bit closer to my pap, but I didn't want it to go dead straight. So we wanted to hook a little bit. But so we 9-pin right there, made the right motion, so that's good. Now we're going to move a couple left, see what it does. So that is the only bad thing about those tricky layout kind of balls, 3-inch pins, stuff like that, is when you move left and you get to that spot, it just doesn't want to hook. It's not designed to do that. It's designed to keep your angles more in front of you, play the lanes front to back, and control the lane when urethane doesn't look so good. So we're going to get into a little bit quicker of a controllable option, which is my Optimum idle. Optimum idle, 4.5 inches away from my PAP. Pretty standard layout for me. This ball has struck a lot. This ball's pretty much came everywhere with me since I drilled it. Why? Because it's an idle. Oh, that's right off my hand. Do it! Oh, damn it. Sorry for that. But yeah, so I actually stood in the same spot that I did with my Tour Dynamics when it crumbled the bucket. And the idle missed right off my hand. But it's going to preserve a little bit more. It doesn't have a crazy layout or anything like that. So it's drilled normal. It's going to be a little bit more continuous than the Tour Dynamics because it flares more too. Oh, let's try it again. So that was what I was just saying, was miss right kind of gives you that fake look where I thought, okay, well, I could throw it to the right again and get it to hook back, and it's not going to do that. That's one of those fake things. Gives you that kind of false, not sense of hope, but false picture on the lanes. Let's put it that way. So now we're into 25. We're keeping more in front of us here. Or try at least. Yikes. Well, I was a little bit right, but you kind of get the idea with the Tour Dynamics being slower in general, and then that idle. It's a nice predictable motion. I'll probably hit that with a little bit of surface or just clean it up just because it is shiny for an idle. So now we're going to get into the ASIMs shiny balls. So first off, we got the Eternity. So my move when I go to big ASIMs that are shiny and move left, I'm probably going to move 3 off of that idle. And hopefully it goes to the pins. Oh, that's right off my hand. Yeah, so that's not a good sign. Missed right, which is good. It's good that it came back. But how it hit the pins, that's not what I like to see. So we're going to go ahead and throw one more shot. We're going to try to keep it more in front of us. Like I did say, there is a lot of friction here at Northwest. So these options are going to be, when I go up to Columbus, they're probably going to be a little bit straighter just because of they're probably going to have more juice in the pattern than what we have here. But it's to kind of get my mind and everything and show you guys watching my thought process going in. Yeah, so that's not the right ball for right now, just because it goes too forward. So with that being said, with it going too forward, now we're going to get into probably Storm's, out of the 3 companies, probably up for ball of the year right now, and it's June, which is the Attention Star. So my Attention Star, again, pin up over my bridge, pretty standard. We do have one that's pinned down, and it's good. A little bit too slow for me, so we drilled one right after I got home from the World Series, because everybody threw this ball at the World Series, and I want to drill a faster one, and this is faster by a long shot. Definitely see it went just a hair longer than the Eternity, and it really wanted to go down lane. So the Eternity is drilled just a hair stronger, maybe an inch stronger, maybe even a half inch stronger. Nothing crazy, but the Attention Star is newer, and it's cleaner and more down lane. So after the Attention Star, what I'm thinking personally is kind of what to go to when this starts to go away. That's a good sign because I absolutely clobbered after that one. So, with that being said, that went a little bit more down lane than I wanted it to. So my thought process when I bowl tournaments is always thinking of moves before it happens. So that way you can adjust to it, and that way you can make those changes lightning quick. So that being said, we're going to go to a pin down Vivo. Pin down Vivo, very controllable. Again, I've done this ball in a lot of different patterns, like the Idol. This ball's pretty much came everywhere with me. A lot of honor scores with this ball. Just that cleaner, slower option. That's dead right off my hand. You can definitely tell with that it is way slower. Not my best shot in the world. We're going to go ahead and give this a whirl. Probably going to miss this one by a mile. Watching the UFC on TV. Oh, it's got a chance. Ooh, close. So, that being said, wasn't my best effort, but we're going to go ahead. I'm going to shuffle my feet back a little closer to the right because this one won't cover as much boards as the Eternity or the Attention Star. That's what makes that ball really good, is I shuffle my feet back to the right, controlled the lane front to back, but it still gave me that nice motion down lane. So if I want to go a little bit straighter, still need that ace in that's shiny but not cover so many boards, I think the Vivo is going to come with me for sure. So let's get into the symmetrics. So down here we got a Journey, which is a decently strong ball. It is Belmo's ball, so Belmo's natural habitat is going to be sliding about 35. I am not Belmo, sorry. But we're going to go ahead. I'm going to stand where I was with the Attention Star. Kind of see the difference. Oh, man. Come on, PD. Yeah, we got that Journey. Journey, it is a symmetric. The core and everything does make it, for me, the Journey is a little bit more forward than most, I would say. Comparing it to a Summit Peak Sublime, this one is definitely on the more forward side down lane. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to move a couple left, but I'm also going to try to get it further right, kind of open up the lane. All right, that's not a bad sign. Maybe a little bit too far left. I did try to roll that one a little bit more instead of twirling it. But that's not a bad sign. It still picked up, did the right thing. So now we're going to get into one of my favorites right now because it is a whole lot of ball for the price point. Which is the Road. So the Road, I'm going to actually move a couple back to the right because this one is a little bit more controllable. Oh, dead left. Dead left off my hand. That was like 3 or 4 in my target, so not very good. But we're going to get into the Road. And then we got another little specialty ball I haven't thrown in quite some time. But I saw it where I have my stuff, and I figured, hey, why not try it? Yeah, so the Road with the cover, that high road core, it's just a controllable ball front to back. All the high roads have been, except the high road Pearl, in my opinion. And even that, with being a Pearl, it was still pretty controllable for being a Pearl. So now we're going to get into the specialty ball I was talking about. We kind of went through everything in the line. But we have a 900 Global Gold Label, Zen Gold Label. So I haven't thrown this ball in quite some time. It's pinned down. That's the reason why it intrigued me. Kind of give it a down shell of my Vivo. So I'm gonna stay in the same spot I did with my Vivo. See what it does. Oh my. Oh. Even though it flat 10, I did not think it was going to hook much. So that's a fantastic sign. It's all right. So we're going to throw another one real quick, and then we're going to go ahead and give you kind of an overview. Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. It's not what I'm liking to see. It's maybe too slow. Maybe too slow. So let's, for good old time's sake, let's see how much we can hook this Belmo ball and see if we can be like Belmo for a day. Seems pretty good to me. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and talk about what we are taking. So obviously this pattern is not going to play exactly true. It's just kind of give an idea. But with what I saw, urethane is definitely going to definitely going to come, whether it be 1 or 2, 1 for sure, just in case it looks good on the fresh because there is friction at HP. Definitely probably going to take a harsh reality instead of a gem. Definitely probably going to take a Tour Dynamics instead of the gem as well to go a little bit straighter and have it not hook so early. Then we have an Optimum idle. Give it kind of just that benchmark ball, first ball out of the bag. Maybe even a phase 2. We may substitute out a ball for a phase 2 as well. Then we go to the ASIM side. So we have ASIM shiny balls. We have a Vivo, an Attention Star, and an Eternity. If I had to choose, I would probably take my Vivo and my Attention Star. The Attention Star just because it's quicker. It's an ASIM. Kind of open up the lane. And then the Vivo, if I need that kind of shiny ASIM motion to keep the lanes front to back, the Vivo is going to be a good option. I think the Eternity is good. It's just a little bit too strong for what I may want to see. And it may go a little bit too forward off the spot. So then it goes to symmetric shiny balls. So we got the Road. I think that one's going to come. I think that one's going to roll really good on the house shot up at HP. I think the Attention Star will as well, and the Idle. The Idle rolls good everywhere. So the Journey I'm kind of up in the air about. I plan on drilling a Summit Peak. I had a Summit Peak that finally came. So it's probably, once I drill that Summit Peak, it's probably going to be either the Summit Peak or the Journey. The Journey I like because it is forward, like the Eternity, but it's just symmetric. So it won't stand up super, super quick, and it won't quit super, super quick. So I would say probably the Journey and maybe even the Summit Peak. And then we got the Pitch Black. And then other balls I may throw in. I may throw in a Lightning Blackout just because of a weak ball that won't flare a whole lot. And then other balls, like I said, phase 2, the Summit Peak. So we got top to bottom. We got going straighter, and then further left for the main event especially, we got Pitch Black, Harsh Reality, Tour Dynamics, Optimum Idle, Vivo, Attention Star, the Road, Journey, Summit Peak, I want to say, phase 2, 11 would probably be an IQ Tour. Why did I forget about an IQ Tour, ladies and gentlemen? And then probably my spare ball. So that's my 12 balls I would probably take. I may sprinkle in a couple more and take 14 because we are bowling on, a house shot and the sport shot. But yeah, so we got top to bottom. My game plan is throwing the bigger balls or urethane to start, and then kind of chasing them in. Once they start to quit, we'll go to Attention Stars, some cleaner options, maybe some symmetric solids. And then when they really start to get choppy, if they do, normally they don't, they just get really cliffed. But if they do, we have options of the Road, Journey, and then possibly a Summit Peak. So that is going to be it for me. Thank you guys for watching and kind of getting my thought process on what to take when we're talking about a house shot and a sports shot in the same weekend, and kind of what I want to see on the lanes shape-wise. So thank you guys for watching. Please also like, comment, and subscribe. I am going to be starting to do more and more tournaments coming up. We've had some stuff going on at the home center, family stuff going on. So we're back in business. We're ready to rock and roll for the tournaments that are coming up. Yeah. So thank you guys for watching. Head over to coolwick.com. Get the Sharp Coolwick shirt. I just got in the mail, as well as some jerseys that I will be showcasing at the Mega Buck. Use my code RMcCormick10 for 10% off of your order. Thank you to stormbowling.com as well for allowing me to throw the best products in the world, top to bottom. We have so many different shapes, guys, from top to bottom, whether it be strong balls, all the way down to hustles. We do have Bowl Expo coming up. Please stay tuned because we do have, I believe, a bunch of good stuff coming out. So keep your eyes on that. Thank you to Storm and the guys at Storm for all the help so far, and just making the best products in the world. And then also, too, thank you to BowlerX, Krista and Lee Sant with BowlerX. They do a fantastic job taking care of the staffers as well as people that are in the everyday bowling business that want to just get stuff off a bowling website for anything that you need. They have everything. And also, too, thank you to BowlerX, Vice Inserts for giving me the best feel in the biz when it comes to my thumb tape, when I wear it occasionally, my wrist tape. I do have some Vice wrist tape coming in. Shout out to them. Also, too, my grips, my thumb slugs for giving me the best feel. You just can't beat it. It is the choice of champions for a reason. So thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for the next video. The next video will probably be up at the Mega Buck, which is the Friday night doubles with Mr. Chad Morris. So stay tuned for that and look forward to a fun weekend. So thank you guys for watching, and we will see you guys next time.